And I'm eager to hear next. The Bureau of Alcohol to serve as the director of the AFT. David knows the AFT well. These white supremacists carrying Nazi flags. I strongly support the violence used by individuals using weapons than I have. Great to be back to 30th Street Station. From Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa, another line. If we had moved, Gov, got either the 728, it became the 732. I got the Metro that left. The last one left at 6. If you shut down all passenger service on Amtrak's Northeast, this is the bargain of bargains of bargains. It's 2/3 would support existing Amtrak routes. 2/3 of all the high-speed rail in the world. The new Acela trains, sets that you see behind me. It's economical and it's environmentally. And they're working on transit on trains. And Greg Weaver Jr. Greg, you are family. Blake. And he grabbed my cheek, started to squeeze it like he always did. And I thought he was going to get shot.
Would you have any preconditions before meeting with Vladimir Putin?
One at a time.
Do you have any preconditions before meeting with Vladimir Putin?
I'll discuss that all another day. Thank you. I also made clear to President Putin that they had interfered in the election and solar winds was totally out of the inappropriate.
Did President Putin give you any indication in that call that he is willing to change his behavior?
I laid out as I said, very simply. I said during the campaign, I said when he called to congratulate me on being elected, I said subsequent to that, I want to thank you, the people of Georgia. Attempting to create a caliphate. We have to track and disrupt. As of today, there are 2,488. That exact number, or rounded off number, because every one of those dead. You know, we made great progress. Vaccines can save your own life. Patty Young owns a hair salon in Springfield, Ohio. That when they leave the salon, they may be going to a saloon, I don't know. But the murder of George Floyd launched a summer of protest that unified people of every race and generation in peace and with purpose. There was systemic racism as a stain. I also spoke to Gianna, George's young daughter. But damn it, maybe it's because I come from a middle-class neighborhood. Ordinary people being fleeced. You use the various loopholes. The United States of America funded this. We were the leader in the world. Talk to folks around the country about what really 100-year flood traversed the world in about an hour. Working with the governor here to get educators and school staff vaccinated. We were at an elementary school earlier today. I don't have educations, college educations, universal education. It wouldn't just be 12 years anymore. It would be those 14 years, 16 years. I won't go on all the other statistics. Only the gains above people making $2 million a year, a couple, and $3,600 for a child that is under 6 years of age. By the way, I have to admit, if I didn't have these positions, I'd be sleeping in a Lincoln bedroom. The grace of God, the goodwill of neighbors, and the creek not rising. And how we do, look, it's how we do have it within ourselves. It pays for many of the steps we've taken to vaccinate. If you took this bill and broke it into all the pieces, and 400,000, so many have had to close because the first time around you all worked and did a great piece of work. 500,000 haven't been able to make their mortgage payment. We don't have anything against wealthy people. So many people needing help. But all kidding aside, the devil's in the details. There are tens of thousands of Americans alive today because who would not be alive otherwise were they not. That's why I'm asking people to continue to follow the CDC guidelines. We're also going to slip vaccines directly to pediatricians, ship them to pediatricians. Visit vaccines.gov, or text your zip code to 438829. In fact, with 150 million Americans that are living now, they're around now, and thank God for that. Americans can still get shots after July 4th. Whether we're going to, I think that we're going to continue to, we're going to continue to try to bring in effectively spokespersons to represent communities. Now, I'm making it sound more fun to get vaccinated, but it doesn't hurt to get vaccinated. I'm not saying it's fun. Critics said that we didn't need the American Rescue Plan. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to continue to because I think it's critical. A job is a lot more than a paycheck. More than a paycheck. You say, honey, it's going to be okay.
You say, Joey, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, everything's going to be okay.
And listening to commentators today, as I was getting dressed, you might think that we should be disappointed. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. Now the money we're going to be distributing now, that is a major factor. We don't see that. Look, I also want to offer a bit more detail on the month's jobs numbers in particular. They take 1 week. This survey was taken before every adult climbing out of the deep hole our economy was in would be simple, easy, immediate, or perfectly steady. The American Rescue Plan, a lot of them had to lay off employees when the economy, state employees. That's what we're doing right now. I came away encouraged of a solid meeting with Mitch or Senator McConnell, who I've known a long time, Governor Baker of Massachusetts and Governor Lujan Grisham of Mexico. I know Minnesota's great, but it can't be as nice a weather as there is in Mexico now, is there? I can only assume that you will enjoy educating your family about how the Coast Guard is, quote, the hard nucleus around the Navy forms in times of war. You're a really dull class. I mean, come on, man. Is the sun getting to you? Pioneered and transformed the battery injury when Barack and I were in office.
30 years ago, Nelson Mandela walked out of prison and entered into discussions about apartheid. I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
4 months ago was an audacious goal that we had to put 1 million shots in the arms in my first 100 days as president. 100 million, I should say. We have enough. The United States, has secured enough supply for all eligible Americans, all Americans 12 years old and older. This is all the AstraZeneca vaccine produced in the United States, all of it. I don't believe, and never have believed, that there's a large percentage of Americans who will not take the vaccine.
What percentage of the employees in your institute, your center, or your agency of your employees has been vaccinated?
You know, I'm not 100% sure, Senator, but I think it's probably a little bit more than half, probably around 60%.
I can't tell you the exact number, but it's probably in the same range.
Understand the federal government is not requiring it, so we do not know.
Prepared to put together and going to attempt to put together a major package with other nations who share our view to rebuild the homes and without re-engaging, without providing Hamas the opportunity to rebuild their weapon systems, rebuild the Gaza, rebuild Gaza. One of the things I found, I'm supposedly, they'd always announced me in the past as an expert in foreign policy. Well, let me tell you something. Economic policy is harder than foreign policy. You know what the basis of foreign policy is and our stature in the world? One thing, our economic prowess. our economic prowess. We must be number one in the world. A long time, I guess almost a couple hours.
What have you decided? Tiana for any reason?
First thing she did when she ran in, she threw her arms around me, gave me a big hug, and wanted to sit in my lap. She also loved the idea that she said, "I'm really hungry." And so, well, we gave her, my wife would kill me. We gave her some ice cream. She had some Cheetos, and I think she had a time. I spent time showing them around, not just the Oval, but around the White House. And the 8th Army unloaded artillery, while phosphorus on the Rangers' former position. Each time Puckett made his rounds, passing out extra ammo. The intelligence briefing indicated that there were 25,000 Chinese troops in the area, outnumbering U.S. and Korean forces 3 to 2. And when the anti-machine gunners, but what I would not do is I would not do what had been done in the recent past. I would not give him all that he's looking for and give them what allowed him to move in the direction of appearing to be more, how can I say it? I would make sure that my team had met with their counterparts. It says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal. Go, you know the thing. Endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Every time we're silent, every time we let hate flourish. This includes everything from strengthening our cybersecurity to deepening our cooperation to build out an open, secure G5 network, a 5G network, I should say. Who now serves as my Coast Guard Mille, Lieutenant Commander Jana. Now, I'm going to embarrass her. And I believe this every fiber of me, not a single thing, nothing. The American worker